Looking at this landscape, if you were to build a village here, how much would you change to it? Would you do any kind of terraforming? Now, there are a lot of people who will do a huge amount of terraforming, while others won't do much at all. It really depends on your style of play. One is Fwip. He will tear down mountains, and he will build new ones. He will cover up a biome. Actually, I've seen him cover a swamp with an entire mountain range. That is a huge undertaking and something I would never do. Then you've got Blue Nerd, who tends to alter the terrain more, I'd say, conservatively, but he does alter the terrain to match what he's building. So there is that, and I think that's what I am most likely to follow as well. Now, this area is actually where I built the village in the first season of Labyrinthum. And I did cover up some stuff. So this little cave thing here, I covered up. Over here, we have this cave. I did not do anything to the cave itself. Well, actually, I built some things in here, some automated farms. But I covered this whole thing up and had a way to get down. And I put farms over top of it. Elsewhere around here, I did do some alterations in this area. I raised the land here because I wanted to put sheep fields or sheep area. And I raised this as well, but I did put in a pond. So there are changes. I also made some alterations along here so I could put in a path. Now, there are so many things that you could do. And just looking at this world, there are a few things I do plan on doing. Along here, there's going to be a road. And I'm going to have to put up some retaining walls or retention walls. And some of these caves, I'm not sure if I will cover them up. I may just leave this one open. It's just a little loop. And I need to make things like bridges. That is not terraforming, though. There are certain things that I will be doing. Like, this will probably be filled in, because that has no use. I'll be digging out this area because I'm going to be building an iron farm here. This is spawn, by the way. Spawn chunks. Although I should probably figure out the exact location of spawn, because the spawn chunks have decreased in size. Now, I'm going to be building a road all along here, but let's get to where I am currently planning the city, where I've got lots of wool everywhere. There are some areas where I'm going to be filling in just so that it makes it easier for me to build. Now, this whole area here, this is going to be filled in completely. This is absolutely chaotic, and I can't build anything here. It's terrible for the entrance. This is the gate. This is the west gate of the city. And there are places like this, which I will likely to cover up. Caves. Some caves I will cover up. It depends on their usefulness. This one, however, I'm not going to cover up. I'm going to actually use this. And how am I going to use it? I'm going to build stuff in here. I think it's going to be interesting. But as we go up here, this is where we're building. You see I've got a lot of retention walls here. Now, this is something that they do in actual cities, where you have difficult to build on terrain. You're going to put up retention walls. You're going to flatten the land that is being supported by the retention walls. And like this whole area is going to be a bit flatter. But again, we have these levels going up with retention walls. And I love how they can look. It really, really makes things look interesting. But down here, this is where the starter house is going up. This is what I'm building here for a starter house. Down here is a cave. And that is being completely covered up for very good reason, because you don't want mobs coming out into your house or into the, like, this is a very central part of the city. There are other places along here, like this is going to be covered up. Like, this is terrible. There's going to be a wall here and all that. So other things that I do plan on doing is, other than flattening and the retention walls, there are some features which I want to kind of enhance. Now over here, there is a water source, and it's right here. So think of this as kind of like a spring coming out. And coming down here. Now it splits off in two directions, but I'm going to make it so that it comes through here. So this stream will go down here, probably along this, and all the way down into here, where it goes into this lake. And we're going to have a bridge going across over top. And I want to do a lot of things, decorating around it, you know, plants, bushes, rocks, and it's like it's a waterfall all the way down. There's another one over here. And this one is kind of awkwardly stopping right here. So what I would like to do, this is going to be an interesting endeavor. I'm not 100% sure about what I want to do, but I'm thinking I want to make kind of a pond here, and then possibly going off on both sides, there and there, waterfalls down into the caves. And I think that will look interesting. It also gives you a little bit of, I guess, help getting back up if you need to, if you get trapped down there. Let's make it daytime again. So a lot of terrain like this. I don't like this overhang like this. I will probably get rid of this as well. That's another thing. Making some things a little bit more natural looking, because Minecraft has some weird terrain generation, some floating blocks in the sky. There's an area way over there where there's this huge spot with, it's just dirt floating. And it looks awkward, if you ask me. But I will create ponds. I will help make these little rivers and creeks. But now if we look on this map, now there are places which are a bit weird. Now over here, if we go over here and teleport and let it generate, there we go. So this is actually a river biome. And the terrain generation has blocked up this river. I'm going to assist this river so that we can actually use it. And the city is going to be over there. So I want this to be navigable, because there will be a few other things built off in this direction. So yeah, it's widened out here, so it's a lot better. So things like that. There are other examples, and some of them include villages. And like this one in particular. This one is an interesting one. So let's take a look at this. So I know we've got this big pond here, but the river stops because the village is on top of it. When I do get out to this area to build, I'm going to be rebuilding the village, because I really don't like how this is laid out here. So I need to fix this. The river will go through. There will be bridges, of course. And I think it'll look far, far better once that is done. That's really important. Now, going back, let's go all the way back to the city. There are some adjustments that I will make. Now, this one especially is over here. It's over here, this way. Here we've got a very, very tiny, tiny biome here. So this biome here is, of course, snowy slopes. So the snowy slopes biome doesn't really fit with this, so I am going to end up removing all of the snow. However, it's going to end up snowing here occasionally, and I'll have snow on top of roofs. It happens. I'll have to figure out what to do with that, though. That's something for future me to decide on. I can't remove the biome, but I can work around it. So that's something I could do. But also, I would add life. Anywhere that I have built, I'm going to add trees, parks, things like bushes and stuff. But outside the city, now way back there, where I'm going to be putting in a lot of stuff between the city and the village, it's not going to look like this. We're going to have things like farms. We're going to have more trees built in. Or not built, but growing. You don't build them. And any areas, any flat areas that may look a little bit plain, I'll add boulders. I will add a few other things like plants, flowers. I'll bone meal, especially places that look a little bit odd and don't really fit in. It's like, for example, I build something here and then back there it looks plain. So I'll add some stuff here and there. Especially bushes. Like, I like to put in leaf blocks. It helps cover things up, makes it look a bit more lush. But with the upcoming addition of bushes in Minecraft, that's going to be interesting. And I think that's going to help a lot. Although that's not terraforming, it is making the land look better. So there is that. And that is mostly what I want to do with terraforming. I'm not doing any big drastic changes. Like, I'm not building a new mountain or anything like that. There's no way I'd do that. I don't have time for that. Things like this, where I will be building stuff, I will be replacing a lot of this. No gravel here, no stone here. There will be roads, there will be houses or other buildings. And it's going to look totally different from this. And that's what you do when you're building a city, right? The landscape itself will change. It won't be this gentle slope. We're going to have retention walls everywhere. And it's going to look and feel so different. And I can't wait. This is something that I love to do. But how about you? How much terraforming do you like to do in Minecraft? Let me know in the comments below. If you like videos like this, then please consider subscribing to this channel as well as my main one, and you can watch the Labyrinthum series as we are building. I'm currently working on the starter house. Or not the starter house, the prototype house for the city. Yeah. All right, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.